Hey now, it's your brother Marcus right here on the Elements of Inspiration Brother Marcus podcast. Now, you know I bring the best guests on this side of the globe, and today I got another guest for you. I like to consider this person to be a celebrity, celebrified, okay? And she goes by one name and one name only. The one name that I want to call her is Moya. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Moya to the show. How you doing?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be here today.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you are here with us. I'm excited because I know that you do a lot of things. You're a very busy person, and for you to give me just a little bit of your time is all I can say is thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, I want to start by, because I do this with all the guests, I like to find out like where you're from and, that kind of thing. Where are you from?
I am from Willingboro, New Jersey.
Oh, you're a Boroughan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm from Willingboro, but it's not about me. It's all about you. Were you born in Willingboro?
I wasn't born in Willingboro. I was actually born in Columbia, South Carolina.
Oh, you're a Southern Belle. Is that what they say, Southern Belle or something like that?
I am, but I don't know if it counts because I left South Carolina when I was 2 weeks old.
Yeah, we'll give you that credit.
We'll give me that?
We're going to give you a lot of credit. And
I'll take it.
And, it's interesting because when a lot of people see you, they look at you and they say, she's like an African-American Barbie, because you're tall.
Yeah, yeah.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
You're 5'11". Wow, you make me look short. I'm 5. It doesn't matter about me. I'm 5'9", but I feel like I'm so short around you, but it's all good.
I don't know if people are short or if I'm just tall, but I am 5'11". I love my height.
Yeah.
It's probably one of my favorite characteristics about myself.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's cool. That is so cool. So you're from Willingboro, born in the South.
Yeah.
And you came up here to do some great things.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Obviously, America knows, and if they don't know, they're finna find out that you are educated, of course.
Yes, I am. Highly educated.
I love that. Well, let's start like this. Where did you go to, high school? Let's start there.
Sure. So I went to Willingboro High School. I graduated class of 2011. Yeah.
Wow, 2011. That wasn't too far ago.
Not too far. Mm-hmm. So grew up in Willingboro, went to Willingboro High School, graduated 2011. And then after I graduated, I went to community college at Burlington County Community College, which is now known as Rowan Community College. But back in the day when it was, we were fresh out of high school, I went to Burlington County College. Mm-hmm. And I studied for 2 years there with an associate's degree in sociology.
Wow.
Sociology is the study of people and cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I then furthered my education at William Patterson University in Wayne, New Jersey. So I am a New Jersey girl.
All the way.
All the way, yeah. I am a New Jersey girl. So I went to William Patterson University and I graduated 2017 with a Bachelor of Arts degree in sociology with a minor in psychology and a concentration in social services and community affairs.
Wow.
After that,
There's an after that?
There's an after
Keep
that.
on going.
I told you I'm highly educated.
I love it. Okay, let's
Your
talk
girl
about
got
it.
degrees. So after I obtained my bachelor's degree in 2017, I then went on for my master's degree.
Master's degree.
I did.
All right.
So I went to Rutgers University, which is the State University of New Jersey, Rutgers, and I earned a Master's of Social Work degree in 2019 with a specialization in clinical mental health. So
I love it.
Thank you.
You know what? It's interesting. Like, when you meet people that are about something, you automatically click with them. Because when I met you, like as soon as I met you, we just started talking, and it was like effortless. You didn't know who I was. I didn't know who you were. But there was something unique and something special that we kind of just clicked, and I was like, I gotta have you on the show. Gotta have you on the show. Only the important people, only celebrities come here.
Oh, I'm grateful. I am so grateful, so honored to be in this space. So thank you so much for having me. I'm so big on divine connection.
Yes.
And I believe that our encounter that day was a divine connection.
Absolutely.
You know, out of so many people that you could have run into, you ran into me and I ran into you. And that wasn't a coincidence. That was an intentional divine connection of God wanting you and I to cross paths. And
Absolutely.
I'm so happy we did.
Yeah, and we got some other things that we're going to be doing as well.
Absolutely.
You don't know, but you're going to find out.
I love it.
Now, you know, the thing that I want to ask you is, I want to talk about your mom. Okay, I want to talk about your mom because obviously you seem wired properly.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And I know that has something to do with your mother.
All of it.
Let's talk about your mama.
Oh, she's amazing. I mean, I could talk about her for hours, but my mom is amazing. So she is Nigerian. Yeah, she's Nigerian. I'm a first generational Nigerian American.
Okay.
So she is Nigerian. Yeah, my mom is amazing. She is the reason behind who I am today. And I like to believe that a mother's counsel or a mother's teaching, it always shows and is always evident in the way a woman carries herself. And I like to pride myself in being a woman of grace, a woman of dignity, a well-educated, well-spoken woman who carries herself with grace and poise. And
that we all see. Seriously. I mean,
thank you.
Your mother, if I can say anything to your mom, is she did a great job.
Thank you.
And seriously. And coming from Willingboro, it's changed a little bit because I grew up in Willingboro. I used to be a sub teacher in Willingboro. I don't know, we probably crossed paths at some point because I think I was teaching around that time you were there.
Nice.
But for you to come out of Willingboro with the changes that have happened with all of the stuff that we've here, you represent the borough well. You represent your mother very well. And I just want to say thank you for making us look good again.
You are so welcome.
Yeah, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Are there more of you? When I say more of you, or do you have siblings?
I do.
Yeah.
So I'm the youngest out of 4.
Oh, you're the baby.
I'm the baby. Yeah, I'm the princess.
Okay.
I don't act like a princess, though. Even though I'm the baby of the family, I still know that life demands you to still get up and get it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I'm the youngest out of 4. I have a brother. He's the oldest. And then I have a sister. She is the second oldest. And then I have a sister right over me.
Wow.
Yeah, and they are all doing amazing things as well. And then there's me.
Yeah.
Moya, I'm the youngest, and I'm so blessed to have come from such an excellent family, such a tight-knit family, a well-known, well-respected, highly prestigious, highly educated family, both in the Nigerian community and also here in Willingboro. So I'm so grateful to be a part of the Kolawale's family.
The Kolawale's family. I love it.
Thank you.
Before we started, on the podcast, we were kind of talking, and I said, I've never heard that name before, Moya. Never. Very unique. And it's so unique that it really pours into everything about who you are and what you do. Being highly educated, you're not throwing what you know to the side. No. You've created, I don't want to say a business because that's like definitely not the right word to use. You created a movement that's allowing women to heal, grow, and evolve.
Yes.
And the name of this organization, this movement, tell everybody what the name of the movement is.
I sure will. The name of this organization or this movement is called Womanist. And Womanist is a combination of woman and feminist. It's a platform that is dedicated to women and girls in New Jersey, all things women.
Yeah. And that's interesting because a lot of people, when they hear the word feminist, let's use that, it always carries a negative connotation to it. But that's really not what it is.
No.
It's all about, from my gathering, all about equality.
Yes.
Yes. Equal rights for women, not just from everybody, but mainly, the women population. And so I tip my hat to you because I absolutely love strong women. Period.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you.
And so I just feel like, people, when they're around you, they feel that power.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
They feel that power. What made you say, let me create this womanist movement? What made you absolutely want to do this?
So the womanist movement was inspired by my own journey of becoming. And I knew that 8 years ago as a college student, the journey and the things that I was going through in terms of finding myself would pay off now. And so just waking up every day and just being very intentional about who I was becoming, just really asking hard questions that really pulled and tugged at my core of my existence. Identity. Who is Moya? I mean, outside of the beautiful, tall model, Black Barbie, who is she at her core?
Yeah.
And really being intentional about asking myself these questions, and then also honing into what I found on the other side of these questions really helped me establish a strong foundation and sense of self and who I was. And the more I began to become intentional about developing an identity, knowing what was for me and what wasn't, knowing who and opportunities that aligned with who I was, I started to attract what was meant for me. So better opportunities. And it would come to me effortlessly too, because I knew that the work that I was doing internally was echoing to other places and pulling the things that were meant for that version of me the more I began to do the work.
Yeah.
And so because I saw what it was doing for me, I'm like, someone else, particularly women, because before anything, I'm a woman.
That's right.
And sure, I can make things for men, but I, pitched to my women because I'm a woman. I saw what it did for me, and I was so inspired to help the next woman also get there.
Yeah. And you're doing that.
Thank you.
And because I was going through some of the things and resources that you're doing, and I'm like, she's amazing. She's young and she's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
And when you walk into a room, people know that you're there without you saying, hey, look at me, or being, ghetto fabulous.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And no, we're not knocking the ghetto fabulous folk. We're just saying we're dealing with a woman who has a lot of class.
Yeah, thank you.
And so now with the womenist, the healing and the growing movement, and as everybody's evolving, I want to know, how can people tap into your resources? What do you provide through the womanist organization and movement?
So what I provide is I run all of our workshops. And so the workshops are held yearly. 3 very intentional and impactful workshops that are geared towards what the core values of the womanist are. So identity, confidence, and self-discovery. So by being able to tap into the resources and things that I've gathered and have learned along the way and am now sharing with others, you got to come to my workshops.
Oh, absolutely.
And at my workshops are where we do the raw, deep work. Women are invited there to come as themselves. No makeup. If you want to come in your pajamas, come as you are, to be able to really bask in the realm of their true selves and to really do the work that I did in order for them to also evolve, if they are willing to do the work.
Wow. I
If
like
they
that.
are courageous enough to do the work.
Wow. And you know what? I normally don't do this all the time if, listen to the podcast. I want to jump to this because I think it is imperative, it is important, and it is necessary. You don't really ask for much, but I want to put it out there. People can donate to the cause.
Yes.
How can I want to talk about that right now? How can people donate? Is it like an Instagram or something, or
yes.
how can they? Let's get into it.
Absolutely. So there is an Instagram. You want to follow us at the womanist _ And then if you want to donate, you can go on our website. The website is www.thewomanist.info. On there, there's an actual donation tab. And all of the donations go straight towards our therapist affordability program. And if you read about our therapist affordability program, you'll see exactly where your hard-earned money is going towards.
Wow. So yeah, we're not going to, we are going to get into everything. So with the therapists and the people that you work with, you're trying to offset that for women who might not be able to afford this quality, this quality program.
Yes.
Because anything that's worth something is worth making the sacrifice. And some people don't have, and you're saying, hey, we don't want to forget anybody.
Yes.
We don't want to leave anybody behind.
Yes.
We want to help more people.
Yes.
And one of the things that I've learned is duplicating yourself is, especially the greatest qualities of yourself, is always necessary.
Yes.
And that's what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
Now, let me say this to the young girls that are coming up, that want to do better, but seem like they're having a hard time to get over that hump. What would you say to them? Because, nowadays, people, they're inspired by trying to be like other people. They have all of these obstacles with, young men and boys and all of this kind of, what would you say to them? How can they navigate and stay focused?
Identity first. Identity first. And I think that knowing who you are, although not always easy to define who you are, is essential, and it is a first step in you being able to navigate and knowing what is for you and what is not for you. Boys, jobs, opportunities, what you decide to major in college. Is this for me? Does this align with my identity and who I am? I know that the young girls that are coming up are probably not thinking about identity. They're into different things like Instagram, TikTok,
Yeah.
And while that's so cool, I think it's so important to make sure they're not getting caught up in that and defining their identity based off of those things. That can sometimes be hard, easier said than done. But what I love so much about the Womanist is because it's for women and girls.
Yeah.
And so girls that are coming up are also invited to come to our workshops where they can learn about identity and apply it to their own lives as they see fit to be able to help them navigate, who is for me? Who am I? What aligns with who I am? What am I meant to do in this life? And it first starts with identity, knowing who you are.
Y'all better know. If not, you're finna find out.
You're finna find out.
You're finna find out. We're going to get a little ghetto on the show. You're fixing to find out.
You're fixing to find out. I love it.
Now, you being a South Jersey girl now, we know you're from the South. Born in the South, but you came up here. How have people taken to you? I want to start with the men. Let's keep it real. How do men view you in general? And then when they find out that you're a therapist, how do they see you? Like that, I know that's when men first see you, what's the first thing that they see if they don't know anything about you?
I mean, beautiful. She's a model. So beautiful. She's so tall. She's so pretty. Men love this height so much, and I just laugh because I'm like, So I have a funny story about my height, but we'll talk about that later. But of course they talk about the most obvious thing about my appearance and my height. I'm a very tall woman, but also beautiful too. And so
very smart.
Very smart. Yeah.
And does that trip people up sometimes? Like
it does,
because they don't think that. Because sometimes it's always a mixed match. You have somebody who's super smart but just not attractive.
Right.
Then you have somebody who's very attractive but just there's nothing upstairs.
Not there, right.
And then there's people that just are, anyway. But again, no shots fired. We're just saying.
We are just talking. We're having an honest, candid, transparent conversation. But yeah, when men approach me, I think that they're very shocked as to how smart I am. I think that a lot of men are used to dating women, like what you said, that are very beautiful, very attractive, and nothing much going on upstairs.
Someone that they can probably control, maybe.
Right.
And when they run into you, it's more like,
it's respect.
Snappity snaps.
Yeah. That she's very soft-spoken, but she's very smart, and this is a woman who commands respect. I'm not someone that can easily run game on when it comes to men, and I think that when men are in my presence, although very beautiful, although very attractive, this is a woman that knows what she's doing, knows her stuff.
Good.
Somebody who you ain't going to be controlling or talking crazy to, because she's not going to be having that. She is going to carry herself with poise and with grace and with elegance, and simply remove herself from any environment that threatens who she is, if it means her remaining true to who she is.
And you can fight.
Yeah, I can fight. And you see how tall I am?
She can fight and everything.
Yes, I can.
And if she happens to put her hands on you, you're definitely going to need some therapy.
Yes, you are.
So what does your therapy cover? Like, for what types of therapy do you provide through the Womanist organization and program?
So the Womanist doesn't provide therapy directly. The Womanist is a community liaison program which connects women with therapists and takes it a step further by affording the cost of sessions if they are unable to afford it themselves. So the Womanist is designed to bridge the gap between a need and affordability. And the reason why I was so intentional about launching this movement now is because, let's be honest, the economy is not good at all. And there's so many different things on the other side of us making it through COVID that has affected so many women, their mental health most importantly, who want to have access to therapists to be able to talk about and process a lot of things that they go through but cannot afford it. And so my program, as far as the therapist affordability program, more so pitches to women that are in low income communities who really want to be able to talk to a therapist about things that they're facing, but just can't seem to afford the cost. They're barely making it as is, barely making ends meet. How much more are they thinking about therapy?
Right.
But they really need it. Can't afford it. And so that's where we step in as the woman and help out with that.
And you also, your organization is very big on confidentiality.
Yes.
Like no one would know anything.
No.
Unless they opened up their mouth and said, this is da 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 da.
Absolutely.
So, but that, I think that's awesome. And you have a lot of other resources that are connected to, what you guys are doing. Can we talk about some of those resources if, is that okay?
Sure.
Let's talk about some of the resources that you have readily available for people.
So I have access to like counseling services if women and girls are in need of like support groups. Single mothers who might be going through things, who might need access to support groups. We also have resources for psychiatric medication management from like psychiatrists or nurse practitioners for women and girls who don't have insurance but need to maybe be on a medication to help out with maybe a mental health condition that might be underlying that they're experiencing. We also have resources to food resources. We also have housing resources because remember, I'm a social worker by profession. Even though I specialize in mental health, it's up to me to have resources that tap into different areas of a person's life that might be affecting them living a quality, equitable life.
Wow, this is what I'm talking about. You're like the totality of what we really need.
Yeah, especially in the Black community.
Oh yeah, and listen everybody, if y'all want to donate and you go and donate, all right, what you need to do is go to the womenist.info. And
you can click on the donation tab.
Yeah, click on that donation tab.
And send us your money.
That's right, send that money. You can send money whether it's, one time or weekly or monthly or yearly.
Yeah.
And this is the beautiful thing in all America, that you can send up to like $1 million if you want.
You can.
Go ahead and send it. Yes. There are people that could use the help. And like I said, I watch people, I study people, and I don't feel comfortable with every person that I cross paths with.
Okay.
But I do feel comfortable with the Womanist organization that you have. And I think that the key, and I got to go back to this because a lot of people might not be getting it.
Yeah.
We're talking to Moya, everybody, okay? We're talking to Moya of the Womanist movement.
Yes.
They're here to help women. Yes. And when you hear a feminist, it's not what you think. I believe that some of us need to go to the Webster's Dictionary or some sort of, dictionary to find out what the definition of that means.
Sure.
And so we don't have to be afraid.
Sure.
Now, I believe that a lot of people might be intimidated when they hear like feminist or whatever the case is. It's like, oh, they're trying to take over and this kind of women's lib. It has a bad ring because that's what we've been taught to believe via fake news, but that's not what it is at all.
No, it's not.
It's about what? Tell everybody what this movement is really
It is about women empowerment. It is about women knowing who they are, establishing unshakable identities. It is about women being able to bask in confidence. Mm-hmm. It is about women being able to discover who they are, their purpose.
Yeah.
What on this beautiful earth they were created and designed to do, not to be here just living, but to actually be making a difference and an impact through their purpose. So the Womanist is really about helping women become more in tune with who they are. It's such a game changer.
Yeah.
To really know who you are, to know what you're good at, to know what you were called to do. That is what the Womanist stands for.
You're a game changer. I don't have time to go and give people accolades and stuff like that. No, this is real talk, true story. You're a game changer. And really blesses my heart is when I don't know your mother, but what she has done with you is incredible.
Thank you.
Because a lot of people and I'm from Willingboro, so I can talk this talk that are from the borough sometimes don't get the fair shot because of other influences.
Sure.
But your mother must have had a hold on you to say, hey, baby girl,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In our country, this is what we do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think a lot of people lack, culture.
Yeah.
That's just my Brother Marcus element of inspiration, quicker picker up opinion.
Yeah.
They lack that
Yep.
that culture.
Yes.
And some people are not getting the love that they need.
No.
Like somebody had to tell you when you were younger, you know, you're very smart, you're very beautiful, and then pushed you to continue to read books and be smart and take care of yourself.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and then we have a lot of people that just aren't doing that for our young women.
No, they're not. No, they're not. And I want to take it a step further that in addition to my mom, you know, raising me to be the amazing woman that I am and still becoming, in the end, it was all up to me.
Yeah.
You can pour into your children as much as you like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's up to them to take that baton and to run with it, to run with the years of training. Because as a parent, to be able to train your child, it's like an investment. You really don't know what the outcome of that investment is going to be. All you can just do is just hope and pray that someday my child will make me proud. And I think that I have succeeded at doing that with my mom. That years of training, years of pouring, years of this is how you do it, this is how, has finally paid off because I took the baton and said, my mom has done her part. Now it's time for me to do my part.
Yeah. And I think that you're not, I know that you're doing your part. You know, you have a whole organization, a whole movement going on.
Yeah.
Do you ever, because I know that you're busy, do you ever have the opportunity to go back to the high school which you graduated from? Do you ever have time? I know that you're busy, so if you can, I get it. Because I know that times have changed. And it's really not just that, but your schedule is so crazy right now.
Yes, it's very crazy. I haven't had a chance to go back, although I would love to. I would love to do some work either with the high school that I graduated from or the middle school that I graduated from to be able to really
bring something.
Yeah.
I would say the middle school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's where you catch the transitional periods in our young people's lives.
Yes.
High school, their minds are already pretty much molded and set to a degree.
Yeah.
But I believe, I'm going to talk to the mayor. I think I can,
That would be amazing.
But I think we could do that. I'm going to call him after this podcast. Mayor, get ready. I got somebody, a Burrowan. That's right. Born and raised, educated.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're not playing no games out here.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Yes, it is.
Because when you're out there making a difference, when you're out there touching people's lives, and this is so funny. You didn't forget about where you came from.
No.
You didn't say, "Oh, I'm not from so and so. I'm from Upper Darby or something." You said, "I'm from Willingboro."
Yeah,
That's like the first thing you said in the first 5 minutes of the show. And that's what people need to know. That something. There's a lot of great people that come out of Willingboro.
Sure, absolutely.
Now, how did you? We're going to back up a little bit. How did you get along with your siblings growing up? Was it like any sibling rivalry?
Oh, we're besties.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All of y'all close?
Yes.
You got to be kidding.
I come from an excellent family, a tight-knit family. We are all such phenomenal, excellent people. I mean, my siblings, they are so amazing. I was so blessed to have such great role models to look up to and to also help raise me and pour into me because
that's right, you're the baby.
Yeah, I'm the baby.
Wow.
In the African community, it takes a family, it takes a village. So it wasn't just mommy and daddy doing the raising because my dad is also in my life too.
Awesome.
Yeah, I grew up in a 2-parent household.
I didn't even ask about him. Forgive me. I was thinking women is women, mommy.
No, that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. So unfortunately, no longer. My dad is no longer with us. He did. Yeah, it's okay. He passed away a couple of years ago.
Wow.
But I'm so grateful that he got to see his daughter become such an amazing woman.
Wow.
Before he left to be with the Lord, and I was raised by 2 amazing Christian.
All right.
Yeah, I come from a very.
Stop playing. Shake a tambourine behind that. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Now, so that puts even more meat on the bones.
Yes.
That you love God.
Yeah.
No matter what, don't get it twisted because you cute. You love God.
I love God.
And do you think that? So let me ask you this. I don't know. Since I can ask you anything. Right, we're good. So are you married? Let me ask that. You're not married.
I am single right now by choice.
Good. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people think that being single is wrong at a certain period. A certain age you should be. Married up, kidded up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But that's, so that's by choice. Do you, and I'm saying this because a lot of male listeners, guys are listening, and they're going to be trying to find pictures of you, and we're going to take a picture, y'all, and make sure y'all see her, okay?
Yes, we're going to take pictures, videos, all that.
Yes, you know what I mean? But so do you date periodically?
I do.
Yeah? Do you enjoy dating?
I do enjoy dating, but any guy that I'm dating has to be in alignment with who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be smart. You have to have something going for yourself.
Yeah.
Again, it's talked about that identity piece with me knowing who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Also leads to me knowing with who aligns with who I am. So yes, I do date,
Mm-hmm.
but only nice guys. I don't date toxic men. I don't date men that I have to shrink myself around.
Oh, no.
I date men that are sure of themselves, that are secure. And
would you date a short man?
Yeah, I would.
Would you date a thug?
No. What is a thug gonna be able to bring to my table?
You'd be surprised. Yeah. I'm a thug. No, I'm just joking. But seriously. So I know, right? No, so but that's interesting. So a woman who's educated, smart, has her own business and everything. You're not looking to raise a man, so to speak.
No,
you will assist a man.
Sure. And there's a difference.
Right. There is a difference. There's a big difference in that. And because, nowadays we do have a lot of men who are video game guys that, I'm not, again, listeners, don't get it twisted, not taking shots. It is what we've become known to see. So you're not looking to, build a man, so to speak. You've got to already have it together.
Yeah.
Before you can even think about like marriage or seriously we're locked in.
Yeah. Or come as whole as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that everyone has a story and we're all coming from different places and paths, and sometimes there are still good men who are still finding their way, are still trying to figure things out, but maybe they're not completely there yet. As long as you have a plan and you are goal-driven and you work hard, which I believe those are things that a man should embody. You should be hardworking. You should have vision. You should have a goal plan, because how are you going to be able to lead me if you don't know where you're going?
Oh, that
where
hurt.
are you leading me?
That hurt. Not me. It didn't hurt me, but it hurt somebody. Because there was a conversation, and I'll give you some detail off the podcast. And a young lady had to kind of address a man and say, hey, if I got to be the one pulling and pushing you to do X, Y, and Z, then why do I need you? And the relationship ended, but I was like, wow. And to hear you say that, how true is that? And that's a part of becoming.
Yes.
And when you know who you are, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Because you can't be with somebody who doesn't know their own identity.
It's very important.
So, wow.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Identity is so important because it demands that you look at yourself in the mirror and know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so important in a world that's always trying to assign us identities based off of what it thinks you should be, when you should be married, when you should be having kids. And it's so important to remember that those things are beautiful, but those things don't define who our true identities are.
Right. That part.
Might add to it.
Yes.
But I come with more.
Yeah.
And I know that when that time does come, when I do settle down, because I do desire marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing to desire.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage and a family. I know that I'll be coming with an identity. I'll know who I am. And I know that because I, possess those things, I know that the guy that is for me will also come with an identity, and the two shall become one.
Yes. Oh, man, she's getting biblical, y'all. Y'all better stop playing. We're talking to Miss Moya.
Yes.
That's right. And she is coming here. She ain't coming to play.
No.
She's here to help.
Yes.
That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Helping, and helping. Yes. Now, do you have, because I don't think we really touched on this. We probably alluded to it, but kind of pushed it away. Do you have programs that you can point men to?
At this time, I don't.
Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean no. It's just at this time.
No,
not yet.
And that's why I was very careful by saying at this time.
Yes.
Not now, but we don't know what the future holds. But at this time, no, I don't.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Programs.
Well, we're going to move away from business for a moment.
Sure.
And we're going to get to what we were kind of like joking about a little bit, but we were very serious. We talked about how tall you are, right?
Yeah.
Do you model?
Yes, I am.
You are a model?
Yeah, I'm a model.
Oh, see, man.
I'm a model.
Get out.
Yeah, fashion and beauty freelance. So I have a beauty brand as well.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I have a beauty brand. It's called Shola K Beauty. And so the name derived from my name. My full name is Moya Sola, which means I'm joyous. And it's a name that fits who I am so well because I exude joy and light. And so the Shola K brand is a representation of who I am. Joy, light, beauty, elegance, and class. And that's how I want women to look when they sit in my chair. I'm a makeup artist as well.
Wait a minute.
There are so many layers.
Wait a minute. Stop the church bus. Wait a minute. You're a makeup artist?
Yes, I'm a bridal makeup artist.
You're a bridal makeup artist.
I'm a bridal makeup artist. So Shola K is the entire brand, and then there's different dimensions of the brand. So there's the bridal side and there's the beauty side. So the beauty side is more so me, the fashion and the beauty model side. So I'm a model, but I'm channeling my model right now more so through like influencing. So helping out brands that are starting, to kind of help push them a little bit if they need like a model to help model their clothes. That's where I come in. So.
Oh man! Listen, okay. Now we're gonna switch gears a little bit. We know we're dealing with the womanist herself, right?
Yes, I am.
But since I found out, because I didn't know that she has this other business, these other parts to who you are. How can people get those services? Can we talk about that? Is there like a website or email?
Of course.
Yeah.
So. The best way to see the work that I do is by going on Shola K Bridal on Instagram.
Spell that out for those in the back.
Sure. It's SOLAK Bridal on Instagram. And so if you go on my page, you'll be able to see all of my work and also some beauty projects that I have worked on in the bridal industry.
Wow. So, it's really interesting to me that there's so many different sides to you.
Yeah.
So many different sides. And everybody needs to experience you.
Yeah.
It's not just the mental health piece, but also there's so many different, mental, physical, spiritual, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at some point, financial. Speaking of finances, listen, we're going to go back to the womanist website, and it is womanist.info. And if you want to donate, because she's out here helping people, and she's putting her own money in this as well, but we need your dollars to assist and to help.
Sure.
Go to the website, and remember, those of you who are checking out the show, we're talking to Moya. Yes. That's right, Moya. Oh boy, she's doing it. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much.
And so, folks, listen. Donate. Let's help out our women in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Our little girls that are becoming young women, that we really want to see them win. We really want to see them win. Donate. Do it today. Do it right now. And go to the website. And the website again is
www.thewomanist.info.
She sounds so soft. www. Come on, y'all better get it.
Thewomanist.info.
That's
so
what I'm
log
talking
onto
about.
the website. You'll be able to read about the mission. You'll be able to read about our core values. You'll be able to read about where your hard-earned dollars, if you should decide to be so generous to donate, you'll be able to see where your money goes towards.
Yeah, and make sure that you support, and you have events that will be coming up. They can find that on the website as well.
Yes. So we have events that are based off of identity. We have events that are based off of confidence and self-discovery. And those are the 3 core values of the Womanist.
Nice.
So yearly, the Womanist hosts 3 impactful, life-changing events. And our next event is going to be in September.
Oh, okay. Look, this is going to be a weird question, but do men ever pop up or try to?
Yeah, we had some men pop up, and I was laughing. They also want sweatshirts as well. I'm like, but you guys aren't even women. But they're like, we stand by what this mission is, and we love it.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if we should expand it to men coming too.
Let those brothers come.
I sure will.
It will educate us on what's going on. And I want to put this out there if you don't mind. I was raised by my mom. I have 4 sisters, so I was raised by them. So when I talk about I love strong women, that part, you know what I mean? And so when I see a woman doing her thing, and not just doing it for herself, to the me, myself, and I factor, but you're trying to help everybody who's willing to listen and willing to act.
Yeah.
And you're trying to give them the tools by saying, if you're willing to listen, willing to act, even if you don't have the money, we're still going to take you in, because, we're believing that y'all going to donate. All right. Donate. Do it now and stop playing. And when you do, let Brother Marcus know that you did that. You want to give any shout outs to anybody?
I want to give a shout out to the entire Womanist team. Too many names to name, but every woman on the Womanist team has been so phenomenal and so instrumental in helping with the startup of the Womanist. I also want to give a shout out to my amazing mother. She is so awesome, and she is the reason that I am the woman that I am today. I want to give a shout out to my sisters, my brother, and that's it.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, y'all, you are here with Brother Marcus on the Elements of Inspiration podcast with Moya. And she's doing it, y'all. She's doing a lot of amazing things.
Thank you.
And you know you're always welcome.
Thank you.
To come into the studio.
Okay.
Let me know what's going on.
I sure will.
And we're about to sign off, but y'all going to hear her. Oh, yeah. We got some other radio shows planned for her to be on. We'll talk about that later. Okay? We'll talk about that while we are off the podcast. But listen, everybody, keep it locked. Remember, as I say on the radio, don't touch that dial, America. Well, in this case, don't touch that podcast. It's your brother talking. More inspirational, motivational, encouraging podcasts coming up soon. Stay close.